Mike, what do you think of what you've seen in the first half so far?
Well, first of all, there's no answers right now for Krauser, and Promise has got to find a way to contain him.
Down is set to shoot for Pittsburgh. They're 2 for 4 from the floor. Krauser, a little shake and bake move. Shot with the buzzer above the side. How about that crossover?
Poise, a little kiss at the end, tantalizing.
Early on in Pittsburgh, Carl Krauser and the Panthers with a 4-point lead. Travis, right when he was really starting to bury threes, he had made 8 out of 11 in 2 games. He tore his ankle against West Virginia after going 3 for 3 from 3 in the first 12 minutes.
On his second go, Krauser got it to the middle. He had Benjamin on one side. Great decision.
For 6. They made 5 of their last 6 from the floor. Krauser a deep 3.
That's all. Jimmy wants the timeout. This is a deep team. They've developed a bench.
17-point deficit.
Once we get this hour off, we're in business here. The ability to stretch the D, the understanding.
Always love to the world, positive vibes. You already know what this is. This is Respect My Journey. Always love to my young fella Dueeyy and Dueeyy Podcast. I was on the panel with a few awesome Pitt family members, man. I appreciate you all. Always love to the Oakland Zoo. Super facts. We throwing up the O for the zoo. Throwing up the X for love. X's and O's. All around me. Please and thank you. Keep the love rolling. Keep the love showing, because the PG vision is on. I gave my point. I gave my content. I gave my thoughts on how I felt about certain topics. And you will hear it in a few ticks while we get into this mix. It is always love. The magic mix is here. My good people are here. The Pitt family's here. And everybody, my magic worldies are here. Thank you to my magic worldies for your support and showing love. X up. It's right over left. We the best. I appreciate you all. This is Respect My Journey. Stay tuned for the next episode of Respect My Journey PG Vision on my commentary and thoughts of the last game against Providence College. Easy. It's the BX point guard, King Krauser. X up.
Alrighty, the best time of the year is coming. I know the Fish is more into the football team, but I think the three of us here were way more into the basketball team. It's time to get back to March Madness. This is the Sports Talk with Dueeyy podcast, Season 2, Episode 7. We're previewing the 2025-26 Pitt basketball team. Fish is back. Tim is back after a hiatus. And okay, I got to introduce this guest real quick. We have a really special guest today. 3-time All-Big East player, averaged over 15 points per game in his last 3 seasons, one of the best guards in Pitt history, electrifying personality from the boogie down Bronx, top 10, top 3 in win shares, all-time at Pitt. Throw up your X's, everybody. Welcome to the podcast, Carl Krauser.
Yeah, baby, what's up, y'all? Always love, ladies and gentlemen. Right over the left, we the best. It's positive vibes, everybody. Thank you, 3 awesome people, for having me. It's always love to the zoo, baby. The zoo crew forever, zoo family. Always love. Let's get it started.
It's an honor that you're here, CK. So,
thank you for having me, brother.
Of course. So, yeah, we're obviously supposed to talk about this coming season, but we cannot not talk about what's going on the recruiting trail for, 2020, the 2026-27 season. Pitt just landed a top 100 recruit, Jamal Jones Jr. He's from Florida. He plays at the IMG Academy. I think he's 6'3", 6'4" guard. And we're the favorite for Chase Foster, who's his high school teammate, top 40 on all sites, an absolute stud. He's from Baltimore, Maryland, where Capel and Co. is building that pipeline. Okay, how big is it for this program to be getting top 100 recruits like this?
I'm going to tell you right now, it's huge. It's amazing. It's fantastic for us because it tells us we have a good future. We have a bright future ahead of us, just like this bright yellow right now. It's bright right now. We're going to do it for the future. Like we had guys like Reggie Bryant that I played with at the same time as Moore. He was from Baltimore. They produced some cold-blooded bucket getters. So I know Chase Foster, my man Jay down there, I know they doing their thing. I know they're going to come in prepared. I know they're going to come in ready. And I know they're looking for the opportunity. to go ahead and rep the Panthers. This is a winning traditional school. They know what we're doing here. We about winning, so we running to recap and reshape this situation right now for us. We need this positive progress. So let's go, young fellas from Baltimore. Always love to be more forever. We bring it here. Bring it here. I'm going to be a person courtside screaming and cheering for you because you our brother now. You're a part of the family. So I'm always going to show you love. Let's go.
That's right. Once you're a Panther, you're always a Panther, and all we're going to do is support you. All right, the Fish. How big is this, man? Getting on the recruiting trail, getting top 100 players to Pittsburgh, Oakland.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's great to see the Capel still has the get of getting those top players. I think players like Bub and Jalen having success. Bub going to the NBA, being a one and done player. It shows a lot how Coach Capel can recruit these guys, get them to the NBA, get them to a professional level. His offense is very much tailored to that sort of style of play. But I also think back to like 5 or 6 years ago when we got some commits, like some other top commits like Jalen Hood-Schifino and Judah Mintz, who ended up going elsewhere, like decommitting and going elsewhere. And I think in this era of, I don't want to be too cynical, but in this era of college sports, like players move around so frequently, like some other big school could come and give them a bag and they'd be gone. You look at like what happened to Jordan Addison, right? So I think it's a really good start. It's great that we're able to still get these types of players that have a lot of raw talent, a lot of skill, but it's also a lot about how can we coach them? How can we build a team around them? So I think there's more to see from here, but it's a great start to get these players.
Timmy?
Just when I start to count Capel and company out, he pulls this one off, and hopefully we have a few more exciting news over the next couple of days. Jamal Jones is Capel's type of player, 6'3", strong, physical guard. It's pretty obvious that he won't be at Pitt long. He's going to be in the league soon, hopefully. Like I said on Twitter, that makes this season even more important now, because if this season doesn't go right, we won't see those players, and we might not even see the coach. So the job has to get done this season. A lot of pressure on Capel and company to deliver. And hopefully if they deliver, they can ride that momentum in the next year as well with these big-time recruits that they're getting.
Amazing points. Just super excited getting big-time recruits because that puts us on the map as well. When you look at the ESPN 100, you see that Pitt logo, so I think it's huge for us. And getting a guy like we haven't got Foster yet, but potentially getting a guy like Foster would just be absolutely huge. The biggest recruit we've had probably since like Steven Adams or Ken Birch. So it would just be huge. And the next topic, there's no need to get into it. It's pretty plain and simple. We're praying for Deshaun Jackson. He's out indefinitely with heart issues. This is way more serious than basketball. Yeah, it's definitely a serious issue. So we're just hoping and praying that he's okay and no need to step on the basketball court. Your health is way more important than basketball. So Pitt family's praying for you, Deshaun. And obviously we would want you out there to get those rebounds, but this is more serious than basketball. So we're really praying for him.
Get well soon, brother. Get well soon. Always love.
All righty. Let's talk about last season for a little bit. We started 12-2. That game in Ohio State, quoting CK, Ziggy Zach Austin hits that amazing three-pointer, one of the best shots in Pitt history. I think after that moment, we're like, oh my God, we're going to get back to the dance. And then everything goes downhill. We just basically lose every single ACC game. It was just a disaster season, really. But I will say Damian Dunn's injury in the Greenbrier really affected. I think that was the turning point. I think if he stays healthy, I think we do have the season we want. So it was just a really disastrous, really disheartening season. So CK, can we look at last year and try not to do this year? What do we need to improve upon?
What we need to improve upon is simple. It's about the rebounding by community. As a family, you have to rebound. You have to box somebody out, put a body on somebody. We did box out drills. We did closeout drills. You have to close out on shooters. You have to limit second chance opportunity. You only need to give them one. They shot that rock, it's over, Jax. Stop them. Get the ball. Kick it up to your teammate. Don't hold on to the ball. It's not a baby. You have to pass that thing. You get what I'm saying? Kick it up. Move it around. Set some screens. Set some staggers, some flares. You have to do stuff. You have to make a defense think. You have to make them work. And you have to make them understand this is going to be a physical game because we're the Panthers. Now, you have to what? Cut over the turnovers. We don't want to see too many turnovers. You should have under less than 10 turnovers a game, especially less than 7 or 5. That should be the minimum right there. You shouldn't be out there tossing the ball around, kicking the ball to everybody else that's not on your team. We wear these colors for a reason. You get what I'm saying? So you can see and notice who you're passing the ball to. It's not a game out here. Communicate with your teammates. That's your teammate for a reason. That's your brother. Talk to him. Let him know one's on the left, one's on the right, back door, one's coming. All the people on the bench, we need you to be screaming on the bench too. We need you to be up there cheering on your teammates. We need that energy on the bench. And also, we need you people on the bench to come in ready. We need you to come in ready for the opportunity, ready to make an impact. This can't be another season of getting out rebounded, getting out physical, people pushing us around, people just hitting uncontested threes in our face. We can't have that. We can't have anyone quit in the Pittsburgh family. Do not quit. We are a winning traditional school. We don't believe in quitting. I'm right here. The proof right here. The foundation is right here. I'm letting you know. We are physical brand, winning traditional school. We do not like losing. We are not comfortable with it. We don't like it. We want to see our team get to the tournament. We want to see our kids have fun. Those kids deserve it. Their families deserve it. The university deserve it. The faculty members deserve it. The Oakland Zoo deserves it. They come every day screaming, we want to win. That's up, man. Right over left for the best. That's it for y'all. Here we go. Let's go.
Wow.
2 more things, CK. If we want to win this season, we have to do 2 things. We need to respect our opponents' journeys, and we have to prioritize strategy over tragedy. If we do those 2 things, we're going to make it back to the dance.
That's a fact. We got to go dancing, man. I got some shoes I ain't wear yet. I want to wear my shoes, man. I know they want to wear their shoes. Those kids are ready, man. Why not?
We love this program. We need to see them back on the biggest stage in sports, March Madness. All right, the fifth. What do we have to improve upon from last year? I mean, what else is there really to say, though?
Yeah, there really isn't much to say anymore. CK nailed it pretty much. I think the biggest thing is rebounding, right? You have some offensive-minded bigs that are coming back at Cam and Papa Conte, who struggled to rebound last year, who struggled to be physical, and that's something that's been consistent over the last couple years of the program. I think it all comes down to technique and coaching. Like my dad always taught me growing up, if you're down low, if you're boxing someone out, even if they're a lot bigger than you, 90% of the time you're going to get the rebound or they're going to foul you. Like if you have the right technique, you'll get the ball in that situation. So I think it really comes down to coaching in a lot of that way, in a lot of sense. But also, I think you got players. There's a lot to be optimistic about. You got players returning like Papa, who I saw a lot of good out of him last year. I love his post moves. I love how he showed on ball screens on defense. Like he was running all over the court whenever like he was going from the top of the key all the way down. Like and just and he was also really energetic on the bench. Even when he wasn't in the game, we were down 15 against UVA. I remember he was one of the guys who was standing up, supporting everyone, trying to get everyone riled up. And that's kind of what you were saying, CK. Like wherever you are on the court, wherever you are on the team, you're part of the team. You got to show that energy. So I think that's a big thing. And another one from last year is it's going to be tough to replace Jalen's production scoring wise. I don't want to rag on him too much, but his turnovers were an issue. Wherever he was playing on the ball, we kind of forced him into the point guard position with Bub leaving, and he struggled in that role a lot of the times with those turnovers. So hopefully some of the acquisitions we got from the portal this year, we will focus on like maintaining possession of the ball, getting good shots, moving the ball around and getting good possession rather than just throwing up a 3 or throwing the ball away. So those are a couple of things to keep an eye out, but basically that's all CK said. So
all right, Timmy, you got anything to add?
Sometimes when I'm bored, I end up watching some of the games from last year, and they just look so small and weak out there. And that is even with a 6'10" and 7-footer playing together. They still just look small and weak. The offense went into mass chaos. I mean, it was a total mess. Dribbling around the perimeter, screens that would end up going nowhere. I mean, Guillermo would pick and pop, and they knew it every time, so they would just be there to cover him. It was mass chaos, and Capel would do nothing to change it. He stuck with his 6 or 7 guys every game, and that just can't happen this year. Rebounding has to improve drastically. Cam said in media day he's going to have to double his rebounding numbers from last year. So at least he's aware of it. I like the idea of it. Now it's just time to see if it can actually happen, and I think they actually have pieces other than Cam that can rebound this year. So it all comes down to rebounding and physicality, which they did not have last year.
You guys nailed it. I got nothing to say. So let's just move on. You guys absolutely nailed it. So I got nothing to say. So let's move on to what happened in the offseason. Obviously, after a bad season, guys are going to transfer out. But yes, Zach Austin lost he ran out of eligibility. He's playing for the Thunder now, trying to make the team. Like ZA, we're rooting for you. Ish Leggett, he graduated. He's playing in Romania now. And then Damian Dunn's playing somewhere overseas as well. So those are our 3 seniors who graduated. Then we had some transfers. my guy Jalen Lowe at Kentucky, Guillermo, San Francisco, Jorge to Oregon State, Amsal to DePaul. Amsal, unfortunately, is out for the season with an injury, so we're praying for you, Amsal. If you're once a Panther, always a Panther. So those are the guys that we left out. Am I missing anybody? I think that's it of everyone who left. We're returning Cam Corrin, Biba Cummings, Amdi and Njai, and Papa Conte. We got some freshmen coming in. Amari Witherspoon, another DC guy, Makari Moore, an Iowa State decommit. Pretty sure he's from Illinois. Roman Sialipa, the Australian superstar we're all exciting for. And Henry Cody Lau, another Australian. So we're going overseas, which I like. And then we get Kieran Mullen. We're supposed to redshirt him, but I think with Jackson being out, we might see him earlier than we think. Then we hit the portal pretty hard. We got Barry Dunning Jr., probably our prize in the portal from South Alabama, used to play in Arkansas as well. Noyes Indrusitis in Iowa State, from Iowa State, a 3-point shooter. DeMarco Minor, a big time, a nice solid veteran point guard from Oregon State, and then obviously Deshaun Jackson. So we hope to see him this year, but if not, it's okay because health is more important. But we are excited about that, an Iowa State transfer. So, CK, which of these moves in the offseason really excites you?
First, I have to say, K5, man, to all of my people from Romania. I played in Romania too. I won a championship there. So it's always love. They know about the Pittsburgh family. I gave out so much Pitt gear in Romania. A lot of people walking around with Pitt Panther stuff, sweatpants and sweatshirts. So always love. We had to make it a Euro connection. It's love. But hey, I'm happy to see my man Roman. I want to see how he's going to bring that physical style of play. I think he's going to try to be that replace of Dunn's physicality, that tough guy, that tough guard on the coming and starting the game, and also a good shooter. But what I like about him is his deceptive athleticism. His change of speed. I like that he's smart and he wants to pass the ball. He's not just always looking to score, but he stays aggressive as he's moving through transition and as he's probing. So I love that about him. I love that he takes his time and come off the screens and looks for a shot. I like my young fella Greg from Chicago. Greg Minor from Chicago. My guy, Big A, Aaron Spears, who played at St. John's in Illinois first with, Devitt Brown, D. Brown, and those guys. And, the Ron Williams and those guys. He went down there with the championship team. He told me about Greg. He knows Greg. So he said, hey, you're going to have a great guard in Greg. Greg is a smart guard. He knows how to play. He's very tough. So I was excited already when I knew he was coming. I was sitting there like, yeah, he was like, he reminds me of you in a different way. I was like, all right, let's not go that far, but I trust Greg. And I believe that Greg is going to be a great player and he's going to have success here. As long as these kids, and I don't care who it is, as long as these kids really trust each other and just really buy into what Coach Capel was trying to say, but also just think outside the box for a second. Coach K is trying to relay this message to you. And you have these guys out here running. I don't care if it's big fella, 7 foot. You know what I mean? Mullen. I don't care. He went to St. Thomas More like I went to St. Thomas More, another place I won the championship in. But he's right there. He can play the game. So he's 7 foot. He's athletic. He has good hands. He can run the floor. You have Greg and these guys that can run the floor. You have all type of these intangibles, 6'7". You have Barry Dunning Jr. You got all these shooters. You know what I mean? You have every piece of the puzzle now. And just like my man Robbie said, it's how you coach. You can have every piece of the puzzle. We had Xavier Johnson. We had all these tough players, Tony, all of them. We had different NBA caliber type of players. But it's how you coach, And if you're going to put that positive progress instilled in them, they're going to play better. If they believe in you, they're going to play better. You know what I mean? So it's how they're going to react to Coach Capel's teaching and to the rest, Tim O'Toole and the rest of the guys. It's about them. You know what I mean? It's about them believing in them and then just telling these guys and letting these guys know, hey, I'm here. I got your back all day, every day. Just go out there and play the game hard and smart.
Great job. Awesome, CK. All right, the Fish. Who excites you out of this portal class or even one of the freshmen?
Sure, yeah. I think the portal is what I want to focus on mostly because, whenever we made the tournament a couple of years ago, it was because those veterans came in and really changed the culture of that team where we had Nelly and, gosh, I'm blanking, like Greg Elliott, Blake came in. Like all these guys really just kind of, it was an influx of players from the portal. The whole roster was overhauled and we had no optimism going to the season generally, but they just gelled so well. The veterans were a great presence to the younger guys and it made for an amazing team and an amazing season. So like looking at these veteran players, DeMarco Minor, Barry Dunning Jr. Those are the two guys that I'm kind of focused on. I like the idea of Dunning being kind of a replacement for Zach Austin, his athleticism, his explosiveness, and then I like DeMarco Minor being someone who can play on the ball, who's not going to turn the ball over. Those are the two things that I think are most important. The turnover thing is what was a big issue last year. So hopefully, if he can control the ball, it'll be a lot better. That'll be a lot better this year. And I think it's also about how they can mentor those young guys, because the scoring is another kind of issue where we lost a lot of scoring through the guys that you named, like Ish, Zach, Jalen, and Dame. Those were our big scorers. So we'll see how Roman can pick up that slack too, and see. I think he's going to be a big difference maker from that perspective going forward this season. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of, will the veterans come in and kind of bring this team together? That's how far they'll take them.
All right, Timmy.
I'm really liking the toughness of this team. And I think the best thing about them is that they all have a chip on their shoulder. You know, they aren't these shiny 5-star All-Americans. These are tough players that are going to play together. They're going to be resilient, and they're going to come in. They're overlooked. You know, I mean, projections 14th, 13th in the ACC. Like, they're hearing some of this noise, and they're going to prove a lot of people wrong this year. Minor is going to be that solid quarterback that the team didn't have last year. There's not going to be as much chaos with him, I don't think. Andrewsitis, I think he can be a really good shooter. They're projecting him to be a really good shooter. Now what they're going to do is diagram plays that actually get him open. He needs open looks from deep. Barry Dunning, strong, physical, lengthy, really liking what he can do on the wing. I think his shooting number is going to be better than what people think from deep as well. And then Roman, I mean, he is a scary, scary athlete. I mean, that video they posted on their Instagram when he just cleared out Papa, he just cleared him out. Like, it was no problem at all. I think he can bring that on a daily basis. He has that rugby in him, that rugby toughness in him. So I'm really liking the pieces. One more, Amari Witherspoon. I'm hearing nothing but scary good things about him. Capel said he's 220 for a guard. That's NBA numbers right there. So if he can have I think he's gonna have a great freshman year. I think he could have a bub-like year coming, but he's gonna be coming off the bench, I think. But I'm really liking what he can bring to the team as well. So there's a lot of toughness. I think shooting is going to be better than people expect. Honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit better. And yeah, they have a little bit of everything this year.
Yeah, you guys nailed it.
One more thing, dude.
Yeah,
One
you're
more
good.
thing, dude. Bakari Moore. Bakari Moore and my man Greg are going to be very, very important, because they're going to need to manage the clock. They're going to need to manage the ball. You know, time clock situation when it's coming down to 5, 10, you know, all of that stuff. Hey, you got to manage the clock and get us some good shots. You got to draw and kick. You got to have people. You got to bring people and pass the ball. So we're going to see how they be able to draw and kick, how they be able to, you know, manage the clock, and how they able to get their team in the right spots when they're running these plays. That's very important.
Hold on, CK. You keep saying Greg. Do you mean DeMarco Minor from Chicago? Like, Greg Elliott was on the team.
Excuse me. Yeah, I keep saying DeMarco. Look, because you brought in Greg, and I love Greg so much. You understand? I used to be screaming, Greg Elliott! I used to scream Greg out in the street. I'll see Greg with the scooter, him and Jalen Lowe. So you got Greg stuck in my head right now. Yes, pardon me, Demario, sorry. I love you, man. Greg is in my head. I love Greg. You know, me and Greg Elliott, as soon as he came back with the Zoo Crew plan, I was like, Greg! I went and ran up and gave Greg a big hug. I just love Greg, man. He was a great addition, man. Just like Tim and them said, man, it's like those guys made it better. Those older upperclassmen, those different people, you know, those people from the portal, they made it better. They wanted to fight. They wanted to let people know we were here. They was happy to represent the Panthers, you know? So we appreciate you guys. And all love to Greg Elliott, man.
Yeah, I love Greg. I miss him. He was such a great energy, such a great guy. Definitely miss his 3-point shooting. But yeah, you guys nailed it. The only thing I want to add is, I've talked to Jamari Burton, KJ Marshall about this year's team, and they said they listened to the fans last year. They saw all the comments about our team being a little weaker, not rebounding and not defending. So they said they wanted to build a team who's going to be strong. They're going to be able to rebound. They're going to be able to guard 1 through 5. They want to be a tough defensive team. So they wanted to build a team the fans wanted. And we're going to see a team that's going to be tough and athletic. It's going to be able to guard. So that's the big thing. So let's move on. I compiled my potential starting lineup and rotation. So I want to hear what you guys think. My starting lineup for the season, I have DeMarco Minor at Point guard, Biba Cummings at the 2, Barry Dunning Jr. at the 3, Roman Siulipa at the 4, Cam Corn at the 5. Off the bench, I have Makari Moore, Noyes Indrusitis, Amari Witherspoon, Amdi Njai, Papa Conte. I think it fits really well with playing 10 guys. Then Henry Cody Lau, I got to watch him at practice. I don't think he's ready yet. He needs to work on his jumper, but he looks like he could be a really solid defender. So I think that's going to be a project type of player, but I think he's going to be a piece in the future. Obviously, Deshaun is out right now, and Kieran Mullen is redshirted. So, CK, how do you feel about my starting lineup and rotation? Or do you want to adjust anything?
I like it. I like it a lot. I just would put. I would love to see. I would love to see Big Mullen start, man. I just would love to see Big Mullen start. He's the St. Thomas More guy, 7 foot, man. I just don't understand. There's a 7 foot on your team. If he's not one of those big 7 foot guys whose sneakers are like Ronald McDonald's and he's tripping over his foot everywhere and he's just, sloppy and chaotic. No, I think the guy needs to go do some curls and do some push-ups and get him right and then put him in the game. I guarantee you that crazy long wingspan, him just blocking some shots, contesting shots even, that's going to help us. That's going to clear some room. Even when he spreads big and guarding somebody, I think it's going to cause some havoc in there with the rest of the guys on the wing being 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", something like. Then you got Papa and the rest of these guys. Papa is uncontrollable. You can't stop Papa. When you give Papa that positive reinforcement, he's going to run through a wall. He's going to go get everything. So I just think with that 7 foot over here in the middle, you got Papa over there, and then you got DeMarco and the rest of these guys flying around, Barry Dunning Jr. on the other side. I think that's trouble. With that wingspan right there, that's trouble. That's ridiculous. You're talking about you could play a Syracuse zone 52 fake with the Syracuse zone if you want to, or you could play whatever. You could play a 1-2-2. You could play a man-to-man. You could play a help and recover. You could do whatever you want. You could play closeout drill with them. That's just ridiculous. It takes 1 step or 2 steps for those guys to recover on the wing. So there should be less. It should be less chance of these guys making more 3-pointers. You should hold people to a minimum of certain like the defensive minimum. It should be like, but 36% these guys should be shooting this year. These other teams, hold them down to 40-something, under 40, stuff like that. The rest of these guys, they're fast, they're athletic, they want to play. They want to play up-tempo style of basketball. I just think it's going to be so much fun to watch, and people are going to be so surprised. You know what I mean? I think this starting 5 is legit.
Heck yeah. And yeah, one thing I would add about Kieran Mullen, he is redshirted right now, but when I watched him in practice, he looked pretty ready to go. So with Jackson being out potentially, I think they should burn the redshirt and let this kid play. I think he looks really good. So great call there, CK. All right, the Fish. Anything about my starting lineup rotation? Anything you want to adjust or?
No, I mean, I think it sounds about right. I like the fact that we're going to have Biba starting. I think I'm going to get into this a little bit later. He's definitely a breakout candidate this year, his sophomore season, giving him more opportunities. He looked really good in the limited opportunities that we gave him last year, like very smooth, controlled, didn't turn the ball over very much, was a pretty good shooter. I like his form on his shot, and he can drive to the rim as well. So I think he's going to be someone who maybe he can fill that void of scoring. I mean, he grew up rooting for Pitt, his family, so he knows that culture that CK was talking about, the winning culture. He can definitely bring that to the team. So excited to see what he has to offer this year. And I do want to see more out of Papa. I want to see him play more. I know you had him at like 9th or 10th in your rotation. I hope that now, obviously with Deshaun out, I think he's going to get forced into a role where he plays more. But I'm excited to see how he grew over the offseason, what he worked on, and how hopefully his rebounding improved. The other thing that I'll say is I don't know if there has been a time where Capel has run more than like a 7 or 8-man rotation. So I'm a little bit hesitant that we're going to see all-time guys every game, you know what I mean, that you listed there. But it's an interesting thought that now when you listed that team out, it is pretty deep, and I think there's a lot of potential.
Yeah, and I just wanted the disclaimer that I didn't list out the order it comes off the bench. I kind of just listed out like guards, then forward, then center. So Papa wouldn't be the 10th guy, but I would say the 6th man's probably Witherspoon. So, all right, Timmy, anything you see from my rotation or adjust anything?
Oh yeah, I definitely like what you have. thing that kind of scares me right now is just the 50-pound difference between Jackson at the 5 and Cam at the 5. That scares me. I mean, Cam wasn't this bully down low last year, to say the least. One thing I did notice in practice was that we've seen a little bit of it in the videos lately is Capel playing Cam and Papa together. So that's another potential combination that I think we may see a little bit of this year. If Capel wants to play Cam at the 5 by himself, that's fine, but don't play him for 30 minutes there. I mean, 20 and 20 with Papa and get Cam. I mean, seriously, Cam played. There'd be games where he's playing 35 minutes for a big man. He's playing a big man 35 minutes a game. Split it in half, 20 and 20. Get Karen some minutes as well. He has to go more than 6, 7, 8 deep. Capel has all the pieces there. It's just a matter of is he going to get in his own way as usual. So I'm definitely liking the rotation. You can have a lot of talent off the bench with Noyes, Amari, Papa. I think Omdi could have a little splash of success this year as well. So the pieces are all there. I like the starting 5. I just get the center position right, and we'll be good to go, I think.
And
Yeah.
one more thing,
Yeah, good. You're good, CK.
Brandon Cummins, man, Bieber. I said this my first year broadcasting with 22 to point. Shout out to Dan Razal's on 22 to point and everybody. Fox 53, always loving you. I love you. But hey, and the production crew, I ain't forget you. I love you too. Hey, so back to live action. Bieber, I said if they want to win, Coach Capel has to let Bieber go. You got to let him play. You got to give him that confidence, man, because he's going to play timid if you don't. He's going to turn the ball over. He's not going to take certain shots he needs to take, that will help us out. So when he had some of those big games, he had multiple big games last year. Multiple big games. Good shooting games, good assists, good controlling games. You know what I mean? He was orchestrating, he was leading the team. And he wasn't over dribbling. You get what I'm saying? He was getting people in their spots and passing the ball. So we need that. We need Bieber to be the best Bieber Cummins he can be and playing with the most confidence. His confidence has to be so high. And like you said, Coach Cable, Tim and everybody, and Robbie, everybody. Which I said, Coach Capel has to have more than a 7-man rotation. It has to be more than a 7-man rotation. All of our good teams, we play more than 7 people. You get what I'm saying? We throwing bodies at you. We throwing bodies at you every time, weighing you down. So that's a big part. Every successful pit team play more than 7 people, man. So I hope they'll follow that formula, and so you can have some more success this season. Please and thank you.
Yep. And one thing I want to add is, Cam at the center last year. I guess Zach's not really a power forward to me. He kind of is. So I just feel, well, I guess Guillermo was next to him as well. So there should have been
Yes.
better rebounding. But I think Roman next to him, who's a 6'7" rugby player, I think he could be the main rebounder, kind of like what Champagny was in 2020. So he could help Cam out, let Cam focus on the scoring. So yeah, I'm really hoping. I got mad at Cam as well last year. Really hoping this guy averaged 10 and 5 or 6 last year. So this is a good returner to have. So hopefully having Roman there will help the rebounding. So we already talked about a lot of the breakout candidates. CK, who do you think out of all the guys you brought up, who is the for sure? This guy's definitely breaking out this year.
Brandon Dunning Jr., Maury Cole. I'm gonna say his name all crazy every time after Greg. Now you got me. I'm gonna call him D minor. I'm gonna call him D minor right now. I'm looking for him to have a breakout season. I'm super always looking for Bieber to have a breakout season. Like that's just one plus one equals 2. Bieber has to have it. He's one of the hometown favorites. You know what I mean? We're all pulling for him. And the one thing I'm happy, I'm looking forward to Cam having a big breakout season in rebounding, blocking shots. We need more shot blocking. You know what I mean? This is what we need. We need a defensive presence underneath the basket because Florida State and those guys, North Carolina and those guys, Duke and those guys, man, if you would have seen Duke, you see it's ridiculous over there. It's spooky over there. Okay, over there, North Carolina is spooky. It's different. So when we have to compete against these guys, so that's what I look at when I recruit, when I look at stuff, when I go scouting. I look at who we have to compete against. You know what I mean? And how they're going to fare against these guys. Are they working on getting low to secure the rebound? Are they working on being more physical? Are you working on communication or your defensive stand? Are you doing that? Are you sitting low with your hands here? Everything goes together. You know what I mean? Hands for the pass, hands for everything else for the ball dribbling. It's a lot. So I'm looking for Bieber. I'm looking for Greg. And I'm looking for our shooters. I'm looking for our shooters to step up. You know what I mean? We need more 3-point shots made and not taken. You get what I'm saying? We need better shot selection. So with that shot selection improving, I think we're going to have an amazing season. We're going to be sitting there jumping around going crazy because after you make a couple of threes, right? Now we can dump it down to the bigs. Now we can get some big man setting up the pick and roll or slipping off the pick and roll. You get what I'm saying? That sets up a lot of different things. And that's what makes the game more fun to watch when you see all the different things happen, the pieces of the puzzle being played. So I'm looking for all of these guys to step up in their own individual way. Papa, less fouls. You know, him playing smart. Cam, less fouls. Be smart. I used to tell him, Cam, call Cam. I'll text Cam and be like, hey, Cam, less fouls this game. You know what I mean? Be smart. You know, and then, hey, you gotta, and also sometimes when you have the ball offensively for you bigs, first you got to meet your pass first. Don't just let the ball just come to you and somebody reaches around you, take the ball. Have proper strong post position down there on the block. Please and thank you. And then after that, when you meet your pass, make strong, quick moves. It has to be quick, strong, quick moves. After you observe and you see what's around you, make the damn quick move and go get a bucket. You stand there holding the ball like you're Akeem Olajuwon, you had 25 saves. That's a lie. That is not the truth. There's no Akeems on our team, okay? So we don't believe in that dream. All we do is believe in you guys playing the best basketball you can play and making it easier for yourself and have high percentage basketball shots.
You nailed it, CK. Great point about, Duke. I mean, Duke, their whole team is over 6'5". They have so much positional size, so we have to build a team that can compete with them. You totally nailed that, CK.
Thank you.
The Fish, who's your breakout guy this year?
My breakout guy this year is Biba Cummings. I mentioned it just recently, but I feel like he's such a well-rounded player. The limited playing time he got last year, he showcased a lot of that, where he was able to shoot the three, he was able to drive to the rim, attain the rim, play good defense. I like basically everything that he does. He had that 30-point game in the non-conference, and I think if he's given this opportunity for consistent minutes, for consistent starting opportunities, I think he's really going to be a solid player, and he's someone we could be talking about as like NBA caliber eventually. I do think he's really well-rounded, really great player. So he's the one guy, again, I've already mentioned that I think he's going to break out.
Timmy?
I have two breakout candidates. I'm going to go Biba and Barry. Honestly, I think Barry could be the best player on the team. It's going to be a heck of a wing. Hopefully his shooting numbers are what they were towards the end of his season last year, where he was shooting over 40%, had a big 46-point game or something. So he's very physical, can get to the hoop and can shoot. Biba, he's going to have the freedom this year. He's going to have the keys, and I think he's just going to have a huge year. I think he's going to shoot 40% from deep. That's what I'm feeling from him. And it's going to be nice to have 2 point guards in the lineup with Minor and Cummings. So I'm definitely feeling Biba and Barry for my breakout candidates.
Great choices. I'll talk about 5 guys really. Barry Dunning. I watch this guy in practice. I'm pretty confident he's going to be our leading scorer. He's a really good spot up shooter. I just think he's going to make a lot of shots this year. I just feel like could be hopefully he's a quarter of what Blake Hinson is from three-pointer. And I think he could have Zach Austin's athleticism. This guy is a really good player. Then, of course, Roman. He's a 7 rugby player. He could spot up shoot as well. He's a really good passer. He's super athletic. His only thing is he's kind of weak at dribbling, but I think it will get better. But he doesn't really need to dribble. He's a power forward, and he reminds me a lot of Justin Champagnie. Move without the ball, be in the right spots to score, make a spot up three. So I really like the combination of Barry Dunning and Roman at forward. I'm really excited about Noyes. I think he needs to be that shooter off the bench whose teams are scared of. He's going to drill a ton of shots. If you make a lot of three-pointers, that's a huge statistical advantage to win games. I think he needs to be a guy who's just that three-point specialist off the bench. Amari Witherspoon, 4-star recruit from Washington, D.C. What Tim was saying, we're hearing a lot of stuff that this guy might not be here very long. I'm really excited for him. And then CK brought him up, and I agree, Makari Moore. I got to talk to him at practice. This kid's a very mature freshman. He's very strong. He goes downhill. He's going to get a lot of tough buckets. He's a very good ball handler. And I think his three-point shot no one talks about, but I think it's going to get there. I think he's going to be a really solid shooter. I think this is going to be another guy who's going to be a mature program guy who's going to be here for a long time and just be a really great player for a program. So you guys nailed it. So let's move on to the schedule. The non-conference schedule. We have bye games against Youngstown State, Longwood, Eastern Michigan, Bucknell, Quinnipiac, Hofstra, Binghamton. And one note is no more 20-game ACC schedule is 18, so which adds another 2 games. We have 13 games in the non-con now, which is a pretty big thing. You can get more resume opportunities. Talking about those resume opportunities, we go to West Virginia. We have home games against Ohio State and Texas A&M, and we have neutral games against UCF and Penn State. CK, those are 13 non-conference games right there. What do you think our record could be, and what do you think what record do we have to be to set up for conference play, and what do you think our record will be?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I know my nickname is that old black magic, but I can't pull out the crystal ball on this one. I'm gonna tell you this on this one right here because it's scary right now. We're gonna get some easy wins in the Youngstown states, and the Eastern Michigan, but that West Virginia game is making me a little nervous, on that Hofstra game because people don't respect it. That's making me a little nervous. They have Speedy Claxton, the old coach. I got recruited by Hofstra. Speedy Claxton's my distant cousin. So Jay Wright used to have us, recruit and meet our dads meet. So I know he has a good basketball mind and he has a tough team, So it's that Ohio State game, like you said, and the Villanova game. Those Villanova games. I feel like a lot of the games last year. I feel like we didn't get a fair whistle every game. A lot of games it was tough, man, to watch. But these games like Miami and just different games. I'm gonna say the 13. I hope we win. We have to win at least 7 of them. Oh, I'm gonna just say, dang it, man, give me 7, man. 7 or 8 of the dang it, man. Look, I was about to say 6, real Jack. I'm not even playing.
DK, if we go 7-6, man, that's gonna be pretty bad.
Hey, I'm saying win 7 or 6. Win 7 or 6 games out of the 13. I wasn't trying to do that to them. No, hey, I wasn't trying to do that.
If we win half of our games, I think people might try to burn down the Pete. I think we gotta win at least 9 or 10.
Getting that buyout ready.
All right, look, I'm telling y'all want to set the Pete. You want to say some 9 or something crazy, right? Next thing you know, Atwood Street gonna be on fire. Somebody out here Atwood Street. I'm trying to give them a reasonable number. Something that people understand. And so you don't be like, hey, look, man, what the hell is this 9? Ooh, 9 what? No, look, just calm down, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're aggressive people, but I'm gonna give them 7. I know we need to win 8 or 9. We need that. That's what we need. But I'm gonna say with realistically, I think it's gonna be a cold-blooded 7. I'm gonna give them a good 7. Out of that 13, let's see this prediction. Hey, if it don't, I might have to bring y'all some. I might have to bring y'all a gift. Each one of y'all. If they win 9, I gotta bring y'all a gift. Something cool. All 3 of y'all something cool.
I'll take that. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Now, if they win 6 or 7, now what we gonna do here? We gotta do something.
We're gonna have to.
All right.
Yeah.
I might have to give you the football tickets against CK. That might have to happen if we get.
That'd be great. That's a fair trade.
All right, the Fish. What record do you want to see after these 13 games, or what do you think will happen? Like CK saying, we're only going to win 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that pessimistic. Jeez, Pro really hit the 6-7. Okay. I'm not going to be that pessimistic, but I do think that all the bye games, which are 7 of them, right? I think that those I'm going to chalk up as wins. You never know. Obviously, it's Pitt. We could lose a stupid one. And then we've got the 6 good power conference, non-conference games, right? West Virginia is going to be tricky, especially that early on in the season, right? UCF, I think that should be a win. Do they still have Dior?
No, he's on like Tarleton State now or something.
He's been on like 10 or 11 different schools at this point. It's crazy. But I think we should beat UCF. Ohio State, A&M, Nova, and Penn State. I'll give us 3 out of those 6. So I'm going to say we're going to go 10-3 in the non-conference. But I think it's going to be tricky, like to start the non-conference against West Virginia. That might be a challenge. But I think I'll give you the games I think we're going to win. But let's say UCF, Ohio State, and Penn State. I think Kevin Willard is going to be too much for us at Villanova. A&M's usually a pretty solid squad, with Fetty making his return to the Pete. And then West Virginia is a loss.
All right, Timmy, how do you see this non-conference schedule shaping out?
I am going 10-3 with losses 2. Ohio State, WVU, and Villanova. And when WVU loses, Dewey's going to get absolutely torched by the WVU fans, especially with the milk incident that happened a few years ago. Unfortunately, Dewey will not be pouring milk on his head this year after the WVU game. But that's
You must have missed that, CK, a couple years ago.
CK,
You
we're gonna
must
have to
have
find that
missed it.
video for you. It's hilarious.
You
It
must
was
have
at a
missed it,
Sheets after the
CK. You
game.
must have missed it.
Yeah, we'll have to send you. We didn't know each other back then when I was a zoo leader. I'll have to send you the video, CK.
Oh my gosh, please do. I'm crying here. This is amazing. What?
I didn't mean to bring that up, Dewey.
Yeah. We'll send it to you after the show, CK. I think
10
you'll
and 3.
like it.
10 and 3. That's all I have to say.
So I'm pretty optimistic. CK, I think Hofstra could be the bye game we might lose, and John Rothstein's tweeting at us with CK scouting reports. I got to watch out for the Hofstra. Shout out. Where's Hofstra in New York, CK? Do you know?
Long Island.
Or Long Island.
Yeah.
So we got to pay attention to those guys in Long Island. I think we're going to beat WVU on the road. I think they're a small team. I think we're going to out-tough them. I think we take care of business there. UCF's not looking too good. I think we win a neutral site. I did forget to bring up Villanova in my intro to the non-conference schedule. Ohio State and Texas A&M, these should be two teams that could be ranked this season. I think we're going to drop both those games at home. Those teams are very strong. I think we're going to go to Philly and beat Villanova. Kelvin Willard's built a pretty piss-poor roster in his first year there. I think we're going to go in there, beat Villanova in Philly. Let's do it.
Let's go, man.
Come on, you think I'm really going to pick us to lose to Penn State? Are you that crazy? Heck no. We're gonna kill Penn State and Hershey. We're going to destroy them. We're going to keep Penn State. They're losing every football game. Their basketball team stinks. They just lost to a random school and they just lost. They bragging about their hockey team. They can't even win in that either. They're losing recruits left and right. We're going to beat them down again. So yes, you heard it here first. I believe in this team. We're gonna go 11-2 in the non-conference schedule. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, look. I don't think you guys factored in. We're gonna get cheated some games. Did y'all factor that in?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You got to leave the referees be cheating with those whistles, man. I don't care what nobody says. Our games don't get called fair. I don't even know. So that's why I love when we win, man, because they fight tremendously hard when we win. They know, like, man, just play through the whistle, man. But Dueeyy, all of y'all made great points. I just want y'all all to factor in when you're saying it's 10-3, 11 and stuff. Hey, Chant, we get cheated so much, it's unreal. We have to watch it. I would like to hear.
You're not wrong.
When you factor in those cheating and stuff like that, what is your record now? Is it still the same?
So you say the big reason why you're a little pessimistic about this non-conference schedule is because we're going to get cheated by the refs, CK?
It is the ACC refs. I don't blame them, yeah.
We get cheated in football so bad. That's another day. It's another
Teddy.
Hey, I would like to bring my number up to 7 or 8.
Okay, I'll bring mine down to 9 then. I'll go 9-4. You gotta factor in the getting cheated out of one game.
All I'm saying, if we go 7-6 or 8-5 in the non-conference schedule, it'll be a very disastrous winter. That's all I'm saying, CK.
People might not make it out of January.
Kay's saying we're having an amazing season, then says we're going to go 7-6 in the non-conference schedule.
No,
we're going to go undefeated.
I just said we're going to win. We're going to win those type of games. We're going to win those amount of games. Oh, man, it's rough, man. It's rough, brother. It's rough. I'm sorry. I'm out of there.
You're good, bro. You're good, CK. You're the go. You're the go. So let's move on to the ACC schedule. So the ACC has had a really tough couple of years, only getting like 4 or 5 teams in every year. I'll leak out some of my bracketology. I think I'm going to have around 6 ACC teams in. So that's around only a third of the conference, which is pretty bad. So there's 18 games now, which I really like. So CK, I want to hear what you say now. How many conference games are we going to win this year out of the 18?
Hey, brother, this is killing me. All right, look, just Syracuse improved. Georgia Tech improved. All of these teams improved. Louisville is improved. NC State's improved. Well, man, I'm not scared of Wake Forest. It's just somebody. There's no Tim Duncan now. I'm not scared of Wake Forest. That's just ridiculous. Oh, okay, Wake Forest. I used to look at Wake Forest and Clemson and be like, man, get them out of here. We should beat them easy.
We never
and then we lose to Clemson. Right. We lose to Clemson. I'm like, man, look, man, I can't do it. So, man. And Boston College, too. We should always beat Boston College. Goodness Christ. All right, I'm going to go with Out of the 18, hey, I love Pitt. I'm gonna just say that A2P all day. I love y'all. Okay, this doesn't this doesn't display my character. I'm all right. Let's go. They're gonna win out of 18, 10 of them.
Okay.
But put double digits in there.
Wow.
Double digits.
Okay.
So
Go
CK's
10.
projecting us around 17 and 14, which is what we were last year. That's respectable, CK. I like it.
And that's with being cheated. That's with being cheated too.
Being cheated.
That's that is.
So
Because
CK's
you know when
projecting
we
us.
play,
Sorry.
yeah, my fault. You know when
No,
we
you're
play
good.
those teams like Duke and we play those other teams down there, we're gonna get cheated. So I'm just saying, go Syracuse. You don't think we're gonna get cheated when we go to Syracuse? They got
Probably.
Carmelo Anthony's kid now. It's stuff that's there. I'm just saying. The intangibles, the parts and puzzles that's there, that why we're gonna get cheated. Good, you got it.
All right, the fish. What do you think our conference record will be this year?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the conference schedule, it's pretty tough out the gate. Although I don't know how good Miami's supposed to be this year. Like they weren't very good last year, but usually they put together a pretty solid school. Of course, so now in the 18 game schedule, right? We play every team once and then one team twice. Of course, the ACC, Greensboro, and their high all-knowing power put us against Clemson twice, the team we haven't beat since 2014. I don't know what that's about, but it's kind of ridiculous. Oh, we do play Syracuse twice. Okay. So we play Syracuse twice too, but either way, that's just ridiculous to me. So that's 2 free losses. Like those are not happening. BC, I'm hoping that because BC's right down the street from me, I'm hoping when I go to that game, we'll be able to put a beat down on them. I went to that 2 years ago whenever Blake had like 30 against them in Chestnut Hill. It's always a good time there. So I'm hoping that'll be an easy win. You know, like Wake, like you said, CK, I'm not worried about Wake. It's
No.
Wake. They don't have Ish Masood anymore. We're good. And like SMU, I don't know. It's tough. I'll go with a very even 9-9. I think that's gonna be a conference
Nice.
record. So
Nice.
10-3 or either 10-3 and 9-4 in non-con, and then 9-9 in conference, which puts us around 18 or 19 wins.
Nice. All right, Timmy.
11-7. 11-7.
Whoa.
Wow.
11-7. Which 21-10. I know I'm gonna regret saying this so much.
Whoa.
I
We're
know I'm
making
gonna
the
regret
dance.
saying it. Talk to me. See how I'm feeling in mid-December, honestly. But I'm feeling way too good about this team. So 11-7, 21-10 overall. Give me a win in North Carolina too. I'm feeling that this year.
Whoa. I love it.
Capel Hill, North Carolina, and we're gonna win. That's our second home court down there. That's our Capel Hill, North Carolina.
Nice.
And we're gonna beat Clemson once this year too. We're gonna get that out of the way.
Wow.
Let's go.
I'm full of hot takes today. So yes, 21.
I love the optimism.
So I feel really pessimistic. I was going 8-10 in the conference. I just think the ACC is gonna be improved this year. I think we're gonna beat Clemson as well. But I don't know. I just get a lot of tough games. Like I'm not high on Miami this year, but they're probably gonna make the tournament with Jay Lucas's first year. But I can see us pulling that one off. We'll see. CK Rock, Syracuse. I have them making. That's another leak. I have them making the tournament. I think they have a really good team this year. I'm hoping we can split those games. Louisville's. I think that's another. They're the best team in the ACC over Duke in my opinion. Louisville's gonna be so good. NC State with Will Wade. I know them. Virginia team's going to be improved this year. SMU, their backcourt's absolute bucket getters with Boopy Miller and Jaron Pierre. Duke is Duke. Come on. But CK's, those brothers in North Carolina, they're tough, man. And UNC's going to be good. So I'm going to go 8-10. We have a really tough schedule. So I guess that has me at 19-12. So that's probably NIT. Or maybe, well, I don't think we would go to the Crown because we're an ACC school. So it looks like CK has us around 17-14. I have us around 19-12. The Fish, what do you have us at?
I'll go 18-13.
18-13, and Timmy has 21-10. If we win 21 games, man, with an ACC tournament, we're going back to the dance. We're going to the dance.
I'm gonna regret this so much.
Let's go.
I'm gonna regret this so much.
So,
Hey, Timmy should be the coach after that, man. It's over, man.
Hey, hire me.
Yeah.
I'll run sets.
Whatever happens with Capel, CK needs to be our future head coach. This guy knows ball.
Thank you so much. I would love to be the head coach's hit, man. We're gonna be winning. We're gonna have crazy city. It's gonna be bananas. We're gonna have a cruise from overseas. We're gonna have a cruise from everywhere. I have a ton of players too. I have a ton of players hit me up to this day. We wouldn't never lose the New York City pipeline, and then we'd be all over Philly, we'd be all over DC, then we going all over everywhere. We going all over around the world. It's Magic World. I made
Exactly, I
connections for a
agree.
reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love Jeff Capel, but man, CK would be absolutely electric.
I also want to
Appreciate you,
hear,
brother.
CK, I hope you'll call some games for the ACC network sometime soon, because I know you've been doing the color commentary for high school basketball. It could be cool to hear you with Jason Earl at Pacific games.
Thank you. Thank you, good brother. I would love for Mr. Earlax to show me some love, man, and bring me on the board to the Pitt Panther 5, man. I would love to be a part of the media there and the broadcasting history there, the phenomenal history of broadcasting at Pitt, man. Bill Hillgrove and the rest of the guys, Godfrey and everybody, Dick, Mr. Gross, everybody. I love those guys, man. I'm a Pitt Panther for life, man. I would love to be on the broadcast. It means a lot to me. Always love to y'all. And H2P.
Yep, I might have to reach out to Jason and try to tell him, man, Carl needs to be the color commentary. He would be the absolute GOAT.
That would be a blessing, man. We would rock the house. The Pete will be rocking, baby. I'll rock the Pete something crazy. Had the fans standing up, going crazy. We're going to have some fun with that one, Jack. Please and thank you. Hopefully we talk that into fruition, man, and hopefully it'll work.
All right, we have one more topic we're going to go over. I'm going to bring it back. Let's do what's your main keys to success? And if you have a hot take for the season, please drop it. So CK, if we want to get back to the dance, what are our keys to success? And do you have any hot takes for the season?
Our keys to success would be rebounding the ball together as communities, really communicating with each other, not playing the game selfish, play the game as a team, just when things get down, just get somebody else the easiest shot, pushing the ball up the court, picking it up to somebody that's open, making the extra pass, helping your teammate, and communicate in transition. And also, you want to show people that you believe in each other. So when you believe in each other, it's nothing you wouldn't do. You'll dive on the floor for that loose ball. You'll dive in the stands for that loose ball. You'll block your teammate out if he fell on the floor. You'll do anything. You know what I mean? You'll run the floor extra hard instead of running to the 3-point line, cut into the basket and get easy layups. That's what we need. Instead of just trying to pull up for transition threes, try to get something to the basket, to the rack, and get to the line. Make the game easier for you. The more you get to the line, the more you get more team fouls. Hey, you get to the line and get some more easy buckets. You know what I mean? So you want to use your strategy over tragedy every time. You know what I mean? It's just smart thinking. You got to be smart. You want to listen to your coach, but at the same time, if you can't hear coach, you should know the plays. So you should know when to direct the people. Bieber Cummins and Mr. Minor, all you guys, Mr. Moore, you guys got to go out there and be able to direct Big Cam and Big Papa and tell them how to close out, meet your pad, tell them how to help you off that pick and roll. You know what I mean? Because now you might have to come up with your own schemes and how to guard that pick and roll. There's a lot of intangibles as a player that you have to do. But the biggest part is about communication, believing in your teammates, staying connected, staying down with each other, and always, always believe in each other. If you don't believe in each other, none of this is going to work. You know what I mean? If you don't have faith in each other, none of this is going to work. So please believe in each other. Have fun playing the game. Smile while you're playing the game. Compete very hard. All we asking you for is to compete into your maximum ability. That's it. And play the game smart, like I said, pass the ball, and listen to your coach, man. And you listen to your coach and cheer for your teammates on the bench. Be a great teammate. You know what I mean? Respect your mother and father and your family and do the best you can at school and be a great student athlete. Always love to y'all. H2P, that works for me. Right over left, be the best. Disrespect my journey, my man, Dueeyy, Robbie, and Tim. Let's go.
Awesome, CK. That was incredible. All right, The Fish, what are your keys of success for this season?
I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that up. That was amazing, CK. That was awesome.
Appreciate it,
I do think it's a matter of toughness, right, in coaching. I think that's the biggest thing is throughout this tenure, we've had the players. I think CK mentioned earlier, like those teams with Xavier Johnson, Trey McGowan's, Audie Tony, Justin Chapenny. Those were tournament caliber, like skill teams. And we had that last year too. It's just a matter of execution, drawing up plays that'll get our players in the right positions and going deep into your bench so that you don't get these guys who are super tired on the floor for like 35 minutes a game. And then they're eventually wearing out near the end of the game when you need them the most. So I think it's all of those things combined. It's not necessarily like I think the talent, the skill, it sounds like from some of these players will be there. It's just a matter of putting it all together and putting the players in the positions that they need to be in to succeed. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that'll be improved upon this year.
All right, Timmy, what's your keys to success to have a 21-10 record this year?
Yeah, they have a 21-10 record this year. Go to the tournament. Cable gets Coach of the Year. Just kidding. You need 3 things: founding, togetherness, and coaching. Simple as that. If this team plays together, the sky's the limit. They need Capel to put these players in the best position possible. Actually have some continuity and movement on offense. And then, as Rick Pitino says, when the ball comes off there, just grab the freaking ball. So simple as that. Those are short and sweet 3 keys of success this year.
Let's go, Tim.
Yes, sir.
You guys nailed it. Talking to Aiden Fish a little bit in the offseason, he was telling me that the 22-23 team got the tournament because they could really shoot and we could really rebound. I think those are the 2 biggest factors in today's college basketball. Can you rebound defensively, and can you get on the glass offensively, and can you make 3-pointers? I think you could upset a lot of teams if you splash in a lot of 3-pointers and they cannot catch up. Or your limit, like CK was saying, you got to limit possessions. You can't give teams extra opportunities. And then, you know what? When we're on offense, let's get an extra opportunity, get an offensive board. So those are the 2 keys for me this season. Can we rebound defensively and offensively? And can we be a good 3-point shooting team? Those are 2 things that win you ball games in college hoops these days. So that's going to wrap it up. This was incredible. We need CK on all the time. Absolute Fish and Tim, it was awesome. I'm so excited for this Pitt basketball season. And hey, man, it's not far away. We have an exhibition game against an old Big East matchup against Providence when CK used to play in the Big East with Ben Howland, Jamie Dixon. So I'm so excited. I love the Pitt basketball team. Hail to Pitt. Let's go.
Let's go. Hell and Pitt. H2P. Respect to all y'all.
H2P.
Respect y'all journeys, and thank you for having me on, man.
Of
Always
course,
love to y'all.
Advise you to stay calm, stay poised, and let the game come to you.
Thank you all for watching Respect My Journey. Have a safe and blessed one. Right over left, we the best. Always love, like, share, and subscribe.